Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are working with our Cocoa Daisy Chapters collection. This is the kit that is available for the month of November. I will leave all the kits that I use linked down below. But for reference, I have the Scrapbooking Core Kit. Then I have the Simple Dory add-on, and I have the Pocket Cards add-on. And then the additional kit that I selected is always the journaling kit. I do love that one for my memory planner and or journaling. It has been very handy. It always comes with more rub-ons and more stickers to keep everything as flat as possible. So I previously have posted my unboxing with a traveler's notebook layout already. And for today, we're doing a traveler's notebook one, and then we're going to jump over to do a pocket page one. This kit is adorable, especially if you enjoy a reading, writing, library, staying home kind of vibe. And what I also love about it is that we got cute little characters to work with that are not too cutesy, you know? Because sometimes I feel like I can dabble in cutesy, but I don't love cutesy. And this is just the right amount where I think it's precious. So, you see, I've been auditioning out some things already, and this is kind of where we're going. So my prints are from the Persnickety box. I have a link down below. This is a monthly subscription, and you get 4x4 prints from your phone, that easy. 30 come in each box, and you can get it monthly, and it's only $19.99. That it does include shipping, but I think tax is included, and it makes it 21 and change or something. So like tax kills it, I think. Or do I just get charged $19.99? You know, it's funny. I need to look. So, and so I actually have a bunch of these boxes. You know, it's funny for me. I do have home printers. Do I need this subscription? No, I do not, because I can print at home. And I think that's what's causing me a little bit of the problem, because I put pictures in here in my box thinking, okay, I'm going to scrap that, I'm going to scrap that. And then I guess once you put the pictures in the box, like on the app, and the time it takes to get to you, it's maybe a good 5 days. It's not tremendously a long waiting time. But for me, I think I already start scrapping, you know what I mean? And so for some of them, and that's why what happens here too, like I've already scrapped like our trip to the fair, you know, and like we went to the petting zoo. So I've scrapped something. I did some selfies, because selfies you can use at any point. And so, yeah, I'm just finding that my box, and you can get them with borders or without borders. This is a combination of stuff, because I do scrap some of them. But you can see that these are just from last fall. These are like the last of whatever that box was. And yeah, and look, and I still have Mother's Day, but I've already scrapped the petits out of Mother's Day that I should have just waited for these prints to come in, you know, before I printed them off at home. So if it's your only form of memory keeping, this is great. Oh, you know why I like it too, though? These are archival. So archival means that these can get, you know, wet and they will not warp. They will last the end, you know, the test of time. So they're just a great photo quality. I should say that about them. And I even have another box here. And the thing is too, you can just date them and leave them in the box and just have them all lined up on your shelf. But they also offer little 4x4 mini albums, and they also offer like a little frame so you can rotate it out every month. And I just love it. So I'll have it linked down below. So that's Persnickety prints, and 4x4 fits perfectly into the Dory is also why I love it. So besides your prints, I have these pictures actually that I never had scrapped, so that's good, of us going to the library, and Valentina now has her own library card so she could do it herself. And so these were perfect, and I needed to use this gorgeous little piece of paper with the books stacked on with the little, you know, critter underneath an open book. I just love it. And I do have two, so I do want to do something like side by side, and I was auditioning it out like this, and I was auditioning it out like this, which this way I do like. But when I wanted to use this book stack and, you know, cover up some of the negative space, I didn't want to cover up the books, and then I put this one up there. That way this carpet area could get blocked, and that's how this came about. And I was like, oh, all of these like kind of fit sort of nicely there. So then I was like, let me move that down. I don't want it top heavy. And so that's where we've been at. And then I just want to cut probably a print of this, because this was getting lost just there alone. These are self-adhesive, and I don't want to ruin it, but it there alone was getting lost with how detailed the illustration is. So we're just going to cut a piece of that and figure out what else to decorate it with. All right, I pretty much explained what I'm doing. Let's do get started, and then we will go straight into the pocket page layout. Okay, so let's get started making this cute, fun day at the library, trip to the library layout. And it goes ebbs and flows. Tell me how you and your young children enjoy reading, because I tell you, sometimes she's all about it, and especially when she picks out her own storybook. But sometimes when we just have to work on like sight words or something, man, she gives me a run for my money. You know what I mean? And meanwhile, she has a parent who loves to read. So I definitely don't understand how she's my child right now. But, we are trying to encourage it. We're trying to work on it. And it definitely ebbs and flows, as I said. So when we go to the library, I let her just choose. She flips through some pictures. She lets them kind of be speaking to her, and then we go from there. So far, like I said, I just put the pictures down and I made a little band to kind of hold that chipboard element with the little critter reading a book on top of the mushroom so that it stands out. Since I'm working with such a busy pattern paper, it was a way to kind of shadow out some of it, or even maybe a piece of vellum could have worked as well. Do always consider that when you want to push the background back. And here I am just adding a few of the rub-ons. They're always so good, so cute. So a little leaf, a couple of little light bulbs. I think I put a little bird on the opposite page on one of the tags. And it just adds a little bit more detail. I like adding the details because, when I'm doing these layouts for Cocoa Daisy, I just like to showcase. I always say this, showcase all of the elements in it. Now, if you like a more simple approach or simple, cleaner lines, all of this little additional embellishments, you can skip this part and simply go straight to your journaling. But I kind of just always like to have one rub-on, one sticker, one, chipboard, one something, enamel dot, just so you can see all of the elements and how they work together as a project progresses. So I have tons of photos on the side you saw me push over from my Persnickety box that are going to be used in this insert in the future. I am trying to make it my goal to complete these traveler's notebooks just to kind of get back into a journaling habit. Not to say I don't have one, but in essence, I kind of don't. Not like a regular sit down like with my coffee, and I kind of want to create that habit. I had every intention of doing it with a planner like that I bought, but I've learned my lesson now for 2 years in a row. Like, I'm not buying a dated planner because then I feel like I can't go back and use, the date of June 1st, even though I skipped it. And then I have to go in order and find today's date and then use it. So I'm just buying regular journals from now on. But since I get these from Cocoa Daisy, they're so cute. Like, all of the inserts, I definitely want to use them. So that is a goal, to kind of get some photos, get some ideas, and that way I can use it. So for this layout right now, this photo of me kind of thumbing through a bookshelf is taken at the library as well. I use the magical use of the timer / your Apple Watch and put it on the bookshelf behind me, and was able to snap a not so obvious photo of me taken at the library. I spend all my books, like, unless I'm doing book of the month, or unless I find a really cheap, copy of something, at the thrift store, I'm always at the library. And I do read a lot of books. Like, I think already this year, it's September, and I'm already up to 90 books, and my goal was 100. So I will clearly read more than 100. So I'm always there. And I read what I want. I'm a mood reader, I would say that, and I have a very long TBR. Anytime I hear someone talk about a good book and that I might do, I totally will add it to my ever-growing list. I'm definitely love my romance. I love just literary fiction. I love memoirs. I'm getting into fantasy. Sometimes fantasy is hard for me to understand, but I am dabbling in a couple of good-known series. So if there's any book recommendations, by all means, leave them in the comments. What else do I like reading? Historical fiction is really big for me too. Like Kristen Hanna is a favorite author. Definitely romance, but willing to do other things. I don't like thrillers though. I don't like being spooked. I don't like, maybe psychological thrillers, because I did like The Silent Patient, but yeah, but I'm willing. If it's a good book, tell me what to read and I will read it. So I'm adding, you saw the title pieces of the letters are cut out from the ledger paper, and I used my Jane Alpha set from L Studio, and I put in this case, a piece of vellum paper for the title to stick out against my busy background once again. And then some pocket cards that really worked well. That first one with the 4x6 and the little scene with the tree and the critter reading was so adorable. So I had to put that one, and then I went with another sentiment and then a journaling card. The journaling isn't done for this video, but it's usually done on clear sticker paper, so I can put it right on the card. I just always like to fill up a Word document before I print it on paper to not waste any. And those are my 2 layouts. Okay, that will wrap up both of these layouts / projects. I will do the journaling offhand. I think I'm just going to handwrite journaling right in that little spot. I thought about adding one of the die cuts, but I passed on it because I thought it was too much color. You know, let's keep some of the negative, and then I'll just do my journaling there. But use a collection of the rub-ons, chipboard, die cuts. So cute. And then for my pocket page one, I think I explained the letters were cut out of the pattern paper from the kit. This came out fantastic. And this was a photo I did actually for my project Week in the Life a month or so back. And so I wanted to scrap it again anyway, and this was perfect. So my little library scene, and then these adorable cards. I added more washi. This one was fine by its own, and then I'll add my journaling right in there, most likely with clear sticker paper. And then these are actually perfect to still use if I get another picture over here. Love that. Love that. Maybe I'll change that so it's not green and maybe get like a neutral colored card, but I could use the back of that too. And this is my All About Me album, so that's why it worked out perfectly. So those were my 2 projects for today. Stay tuned for another video featuring this collection with a few more projects in the future. Bye, everyone.